Lesson 27 takes us into the continuation of solving percent problems where we have to identify the part, whole, and the percent in order to solve. So here's our first one. They said 60% of 300 equals something. That's like saying 60% is something. So that's 60%, which is a percent. It's also a part because if it's 100%, it's the whole, but it's not. And then 300, because it's of 300, it's the whole, then that leaves us with the part, that's the 60%. Now, ratio table. So we have 60% out of 100. Our percents are always across from each other. It's also our part and our whole. We don't know what the part actually is, but we know whatever the whole is 300. So I cross multiply. That gives me 300 times 60. That's 18,000. And then my last step is to divide. And so I take my 18,000 divided by what's left, which was the 100. 18,000 divided by 100 is 180. Therefore, 60% of 300 is 180. Our next problem. They give us 60% of something is 300. So this is worded the same way. So our percent and part is first. Of something would be the whole. So this one is the whole, the missing part. And then the part is 300. So if we look then and we do the work, you set it up, you have 60% across from 100. I don't know what the whole is, so that would be a blank. That's 300 to whatever's missing. And then I do the work. I do my opposites. 300 times 100 gives me 30,000. And then I divide with what's left. 30,000 divided by 60 is 500. That's why the whole is 500. And our last problem, they give us 60 out of 300 is equal to something percent. We set it up on the ratio table. 60 out of 300 is the same as the fraction. 60 over 300. Cross multiply. 60 times 100 gives you 6,000. 6,000 divided by 300 gives you 20, which is why it's 20%. You also could have divided here, found the decimal, which was 0.2, and then multiplied by 100 and got your 20%. Now, on the next page, the only exercise you need to do, you need to walk through what the original price is versus what the discounted price is. In all of these, you're given a part, the percent of the part, which means all of these, you'd have a 25% across from a 100% for your shirt. And this is part and whole. And then you have your pants, which is a 30% discount out of a 100%. And then you do the same for all of them. Now, what you need to keep in mind is they're telling you the discount you're getting, which is how much money is taken off of the whole. So it's not going to give us the answer for the amount of, this one will give you, it's telling you the amount of the discount is what this is going to tell you on the ratio table. So this one, it'll give you that answer. But this one, they want the original price, which means you're going to have to look for what goes under 100%. Same thing here, what's under 100%. I'm going to do the shirts and pants, and then I want you guys to do the rest on your own. So our shirt, our percent is across from each other, and now they give me 44%. The original price is always your whole. And so that has to go on this side. So this would be $44. Now I have to cross multiply. When I cross multiply, I take 25 times 44. 25 times 44 is 1,100. And then I have to divide. Go ahead and put in your calculator the division. And if you do that division, you would get 1,100 divided by 100 is 11. So 25% of that is $11. So the amount of the discount would be $11. And if you would have to say, then how much did it cost? We would take the original price minus our discount, and that would mean that your actual cost was $33. And we did that by subtracting. So my next one, they gave us the amount of the discount, which is the part. So that's $15. So I'm going to cross multiply. And that's 15 times 100, which would give you 1,500. Then I divide, that's 1,500 divided by 30. 1,500 divided by 30 is 50. And that would mean my original cost was $50. And if I took 50 minus 15, that would mean she would have to pay $35. Now, please continue this table, and then they want to know what is the total cost of her outfit. Not what it would have cost, which is the original price, but what is the cost after all the discounts were taken off.